Hello, hello, hello. Andy, welcome to the stream. Ceratotoast, what's going on? Taito, hello, hello. My cat, Birdbo. Nice to see you both. Don't mind the cat squabbling in the back. Angle to Atara, welcome both of you. What about the late comments? Well, I didn't want any of those this week, so no. Where the Snapjaw? I'm on my way out of Dry Fang Canyon to get out into the water section of the map, and then I'll equip Snapjaw. Nostalgia! What's going on? Okay, I'm only on DPS build right now because it's what I normally run. I'm gonna be swapping to Snap Drench whenever I get out of Dry Fang. We're doing pretty good, Tyrant. Good to see you. What's my favorite dinosaur? Guess. Sawyer, welcome. Got a Steam Deck so you can check out the new TLCs? Oh, nice! How's the game running on the Steam Deck, by the way? Yeah, Angle, I'm kinda wanting the devs to nerf Snapjaw back to 6 seconds. Like, I really want them to revert that change. The 4 seconds was just so unnecessary. Officials? You know it. Always. I gotta be solo today? Hell yeah. Oh, Phoenix, welcome! Glad you're here to actually join us live this time. Crustacean, welcome. We're not gonna be on the classic for too long. Not for too long. I'm just moving my Spino out of Dry Fang. We're gonna be in the northeastern section of the map today. And we might end up in Redwoods with a big fat maybe stapled onto that. We can eat that. What's my favorite Riparia POI? Dryfang Canyon. Without question. Second favorite dino? Stegosaurus. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. My second favorite dinosaur is Parasaurolophus. But as far as like dinos that are actually in this game, it's Stego. I would say overall ranking, I would probably say Stego's like third place. Got some ant queens. That's super cool, Possum. Ant keeping is super cool. I've seen some videos on it. Uddy, welcome. What's my favorite Pop-Tart? S'mores. Obviously. It's the objectively best one. Like, it's not even really a contest. Do I plan on streaming Dino Blade when it fully releases? Yes. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I did have a couple of videos uploaded publicly on my channel when the demo came out. They're unlisted at the moment because they did absolutely dog poop on views, but I did a no death run of the full demo, and then I did a bosses only no death run of the demo. So, favorite song? That's a really tough one because I've got a pretty long list of favorites. But if I had to pick one, it would be Mistake by NF. Why no Snapjaw? Because I don't have it equipped yet. I'm on my way to the home cave to go put it on. But even if I wasn't going to go put it on, my other answer would be that I don't stick to one build exclusively on Spino. I use a large variety of builds. I mix it up pretty often, you know? I experiment, I test, I try to figure out what's good for what situations. In order to truly master a playable, you have to have a full and complete understanding of everything it's capable of. So, as far as I'm concerned, anybody that plays a dino and only plays one build on that dino has not mastered that dino. Obviously, I will openly admit, Snap Drench is my weakest build. I perform worse on it than I do on my regular setup with the DPS build. DPS Spino is much more comfortable to me. Even though I know in my head Snapjaw with Drench Strike is really good, is arguably the meta for Spino. You know? Like, I understand that on paper, but like I do struggle with it on land specifically. In the water, it's fine. I'm just fine with it. But land fights with other 5 slots, I have a bit of a rough time with good opponents, I should say. People that are as skilled at the game as me, you know, people that give me a challenge. I'm usually better off running what I'm comfy on. Okay. The build for today. Is going to be Snapjaw, Waterborne, Drench Strike, Fisher, Streamlined, Lunge, Sweep, Rally Call. And we are going to be sticking to mostly water. But we'll do some shoreline bullying, which is what the Waterborne's for. If we need oxygen, we'll go to shore for it. I don't really feel too bad about missing out on the 10% extra damage from Patient Lurk, because we get 15% better stamina recovery in the water with Waterborne, and that'll give us just a little bit better escapability in the water when we're trying to swim away from things. Do I think Sarko should be the fastest semi? The answer to that is no, I don't. Semi-aquatics at the moment are balanced in a very, I would say, interesting way. In that, because semi-aquatics are able to exist in two different theaters of play, where you have land and then you have the water, there's a lot of give and take with semi-aquatic balance amongst each other, where some of them have different upsides while they're in the water as opposed to when they're on land. So like take Spino as an example, right? It's the slowest terrestrial carnivore, right? On land, it's the slowest member of the carnivore roster. But in the water, it's faster than Duck. It's situationally faster than Suko, and with Snapjaw, it can end up faster than Sarko, right? So there's a give and take there that is happening with this dinosaur that something like a full terrestrial doesn't necessarily have to worry about, you know? Full terrestrials are balanced against full terrestrials, and so their speed differences compared to their combat weight and their combat potential are kept with that in mind. But with semi-aquatics, they're being balanced in two different environments simultaneously. And mastering the ebb and flow between those two different states is where you truly unlock the full potential of a semi-aquatic. I don't think Sarko needs to be faster than other semi-aquatics because it has the ability to drain their stamina in chunks. It doesn't need to be faster because it's able to win the stamina game. Can you see the build again? Yeah. Here you go. You can pause it, take a screenshot, whatever. Someone asked me a question about Tylo earlier. Since Tylo is strictly stronger than Spinal in the water, been wondering how they'll balance leads. I have no idea how they're going to balance leads. I'm going to be so for real with you. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. How would I do it? Oh. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't even think I can begin to answer that question. This is not something I've really thought about. It would have to... Okay, so I will say leads has to be balanced against Tylo, right? Like, we can all agree to that. So here's the deal. Either you make leads really resilient against Tylo, or you make leads really susceptible to Tylo. Here's the problem. If you make leads really susceptible to Tylo, no one's going to want to play Leeds. If you make Leeds really resilient against Tylo, everyone's going to stop playing Tylo and they'll start playing Leeds. And Tylo's armor piercing makes that tricky, because on one hand, you might think, oh, if Tylo has armor piercing, that is going to matter because they're going to make Leeds an armor playable, or like a water anno. And I don't think that's a good idea, because if you make it armor based, then it's just full aquatic Spino at that point, and that's no good, you know? Like, because that's, at that point, Leeds isn't doing anything interesting or unique. If you make it a health sponge, where it counteracts Tylo's armor-piercing damage by just having a massive health pool, well, then you've just created a damage sponge, and holy hell, you're going to have an absolute nightmare of a time balancing that against the other playables. So I think the best way to go about it, if I'm being completely frank, is you balance it normally. But they're obviously going to take into account the whole aquatic mentality of, if it's a full aquatic, we're going to balance it to be stat equivalent to 1 slot higher than what it is for groups, right? So if Leeds is going to be a 5-slot full aquatic, we can expect it to be balanced like a 6-slot in functionality. Catch my drift here? So what I'm expecting Leeds to do is I'm expecting Leeds to have, at minimum, 6,000 combat weight. At minimum. Realistically, I'm anticipating closer to 6,500. Like the old Apex combat weight. I think that's going to be what Leeds does. It's going to be brutal. Whatever it ends up being. I don't know what kind of kit it's going to have. It might be AoE focused. If it's AoE focused, they're going to have a lot of work to do. And that if it's AoE focused and it's that heavy, it's going to suck to fight. But I will say, regardless of how Leeds ends up coming out, I am very excited to take my Spino whaling. Ah, it's got that baby stam. We're not catching that. That's fine. Another Spino. We might have our first fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get to it. Oh, brother. Well, I guess we take those. Then we gotta wait for this slice to wear off. That's fine. Low-key, I'm kind of glad that they reduced the duration of slice stacks. You want to ask how to best maneuver on Spino for land build. Trying to main it, but your weakness is you get tail ridden. Queen Boy, I would highly recommend looking for someone to teach you how to break check. A lot of other playables, when they start to get tail ridden, they have their tail attack, which has a knockback, which can kind of reset some positioning errors for you. It's a little, like, if used correctly, it's a bit of a, like, it's a nice little get off me button. Obviously, Spino doesn't have that, but it does have a big slab of meat that it calls a tail. It's the size of a tree and hits like a freight train, you know? So there is that. Like, it's hard to explain in words without having a demonstration that I can show you of, like, oh, if you're in this situation, do this. Realistically speaking, I think the best thing you can do is find a mentor, find someone who is really good on Spino, who's got the time and ability to, like, really teach you how to play it on land. That's really all I've got for you. Or just watch a lot of Spino gameplay from someone like myself, or Toast Coffee, or Huaka, or, you know, any of the like more serious PvPers that play Spino. Like, watch them. Really try to study what they do in their land fights, you know, and just kind of take notes. That's the best advice that I can give, really, is just do your homework, you know. Do some reading, do some studying. Why do I like Spino? Because it's cool. Well, look at it. Look at it. Isn't he so cool? He's so pretty. It's a cool dinosaur. I like the cool dinosaur. I know I heard another Spino in this vicinity. I don't know who or what it is, or where it is, but I did hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, I'm probably going to be trying to avoid the sloppier areas of the map, at least for a while. I'm going to see if I can get some good, like, 1v1 fights. I don't know how many of those I'll be able to get, though. We'll see. Dead critter. A cave. Does this go anywhere? Nope, just bloodstones. Okay. Let's see. wonder if I'll get more action if I head out to Abyssal or something. Oh. Oh, snap. Two Spinos fighting. That's not something you see every day. They're both pretty weak. Oh no, are they about to corner themselves? I think they are. You know what? Bro earned that. I'm gonna let him have it. I ain't even gonna finish him off. That was hard fought on his part. So, you know what? Good on you. Looks like stream's hiccuping a little bit. Give me a moment. Okay. We are dropping frames. I don't like that. Let me see if I can fix it real quick. Do we do 8K? Oh, hold on, we're stabilizing. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna press on. We're not gonna worry about it. If OBS acts up too much and it gets really bad, we'll worry about it then, but I'm just gonna let it sort itself out. Oh, come on. I suck at fishing with this stupid ability. Okay. You know what would be kind of cool is if the currents inside of these tunnels, like, made you swim a little bit faster through them. All right. Honestly, I've been expecting to come across, like, a Tylo or a duck or something by now. You know? Let's get some O2. Yeah, that oxygen does not replenish as quickly without patient lurk. I'm gonna be honest, we may have to go to the sloppy areas to find some action, which mildly disappoints me, but also doesn't surprise me. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I read that correctly? Is Mudflats red? Okay, what in the hell? Okay. We're gonna see what this is all about. Oh dear, I think we found proper slop. Because my gods, is that a lot of Sarcos. What is that, 2 Mela, or 2 albinos, 1 Mela? That is signature mega pack attack dog slop. And they're heading in my direction. Why am I not surprised? Here comes the ramp. Is the ramp with them, is the question. It seems like it. Alright. Looks like we've got our first fight on our hands. What do we got, 3 Sarcos? Alright. I'm gonna be so for real, y'all. I don't know if this is a fight that I can necessarily take. They have a Conka. They have a Tylo. Alright. Sarko's a bit smarter. I said a bit. I think I'm going to die here, if I'm being so for real. We need to get back to shore. Oh, Tylo's helping, I guess. Not gonna say no to that. I imagine one Sarco's already down. Alright, let's see if we can get in here and get some work done. Or, better yet, we use this as an opportunity to get lost. Yeah, you get back in the water with that Tylo there, buddy. You have fun with that. They are going to bring more stuff. That much is a certainty. We're not going to take kindly to those Sarcos being dead. So we need to get lost. Damn it. Is this officials? Yes, we are on officials. What's my opinion on Claw Slam? Used to be a really good ability with, that was, in my opinion, balanced, because it had a lot of significant drawbacks for the Spino in order to use it. It was potent at the job that it did. It served its purpose, but at a cost to the Spino. There's a lot of opportunity cost with it, since it's unusable in the water. But ever since they dropped the fall off, like the damage fall off on the AoE attacks, as significantly as they did, it's been complete poop. It's really not worth running at the moment. The one time a Tylo's on my side. I know, right? Usually the Tylos are out for my blood, bro. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Sarco, like a full water build Sarco, is actually kind of a tough fight for Spino. Bro. Are we for real? Okay. Just because the Sarco's bite does like 72 damage with its patient lurk buff, which is really nasty. And Sarco does not have terrible combat weight. Yeah, they brought their little scout. Alright. Well, they know where I am now. Do we bow to the pike before eating? Sometimes. Okay, water at mudflats is probably undrinkable, so we're gonna go for the water that's up here. Is that Kylo's still here. He is. What do I think of instead of 12 group slots, we had 14? Would it be bad or an improvement for team compositions? Okay, so I think it would be bad. And here's my justification, right? Limitation breeds creativity. 10 slots wasn't enough because you could only have, when it came to 5 slots, you could have, like, a 5-slot duo, and that was it. Or, like, a 5-slot, a 3-slot, and a 2-slot. And there wasn't a lot of wiggle room there, you know? 12 gave just enough breathing room to group compositions to allow use of 5 slots without sacrificing too much. But 14, I think, would be too much because, okay, imagine this, right? 14 group slots. 2 Rexes, a Metri, and a Deinonychus with Meat Shield could all fit into a group. I don't think anybody wants to deal with that. What hide am I using for Spino? I'm using Streamlined for the extra swim speed and the extra healing while diving. And why do I use this bite instead of the regular one? Because this one gives a debuff to things that I hit that make them slower. And it also does a little bit more damage than the regular bite. Are those small Rexes? What in the... What's in the water? Is that a Spino in the water? That is a Spino in the water. It's a Dasp and a Rex. Well, I'll give them the smoke if they want it. You think you're gonna bait me into super shallows where I can't swim? Because you are. You can. It will work. Because I do actually want the fight. Looks like we've got a third party here. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna bait this Spino into the sense that I'm working with it, and then when it's not looking, we're going to... Come here, buddy. Oh, you're lunging snap. Oh, sir. Oh, sir. Oh, sir. Just need to bait the sweep. Is gonna... Yeah, there we go. Down he goes. Must have been fighting them before. All right. Rule number 1 of officials, ladies and gentlemen, never trust anyone. That Dasp and that Rex were going to continue to bait me further and further inland if I tried to fight them, and being on a full water build, that just wasn't feasible for me. Even with that other Spino there, I couldn't trust it wasn't going to turn on me, potentially. So whipping around and taking out the other Spino while its guard was down was realistically the best thing I could do there to secure a kill and get a trophy. Because, like, the Dasp and the Rex were just playing too smart with the whole, like, come on to land and fight me. Like, no, I'm not that dumb. I know what you're doing. And I'm not going to play that game, because that's a game that I lose. Especially since that Dasp was on Bone Snap. Like, woof, no thank you. Do I think a Margosaurus would work as a centerpiece of a composition? No, I don't. Tail attacker herbivores notoriously are very bad centerpieces for group compositions because they suck at peeling. Well, okay, I take that back. A Marg might actually be half decent at it because it has the forward attacks with headbutt, neck swipe, and thrash. So, of the tail attackers, I think Amarga would be the best one, but I would still say that Amarga is not a great centerpiece. I think Iggy, Alberta, and Anno would make for much better centerpieces, because even though Anno's a tail attacker as well, it applies Fracture, and it has Swerve to apply forward damage and Fracture status, and that Fracture alone can be the difference between, like that is just that strong, you know? Getting a bone break on something, and then the whole rest of your group jumps on it, dogpiles it, and kills it while it can't move. Like, that's just good, you know? There's no arguing with the potency of that. I actually think Amarga's a much better solo dino, or like paired with one other Amarga, since they can both kind of take care of they can both kind of take care of themselves. You know what I mean? Gloss, I know that on paper it seems like Sty or Kentro would pair well with Amarga, but like that's purely looking at it from a on-paper synergy perspective, which I agree with you, on paper they do synergize very well. Unfortunately, the nature of tail attackers just means that that's just not gonna happen. Like, it might work sometimes, but their ability to help each other is just so unbelievably limited. Bars's front kick, like the front punch, does knockback and can very easily dislodge stuff. And being Bars, it does quite a bit of damage to Smalls. So, like, Bars can do it just fine, you know? Bars can peel, Amarga can peel, but neither of them can do it super well, I would say. Like, they have the ability to, but they're not great at it. And both of them, to really get, like, the bang for your buck out of what they're offering the group composition, they kind of have to end up being the ones primarily targeted by the people you're fighting. Because, again, tail attackers. They play defensively, but they defensively protect themselves, not their team. You know? So you have to have some kind of way to get the other group to aggro the tail attacker, and not just ignore it and kill the rest of the team. Which, that's the challenging part. You know what, we'll turn this in at the North Citrus. cave. That's fine. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Welcome to the chat, Ostro. And yes, rest in peace, Sam Neill. He will be greatly missed. Nars is correct. Tail attackers and group compositions do not make for good peelers, but they make for good walls. They zone very well, and they can, with proper positioning, they can force your opponents to approach through specific choke points or attack avenues that, if you're prepared for them to do that, you can exploit. Holy Sloposaurus. 3 Tylos. Have fun with a market gloss. Question now. So they're gonna let me home cave. 3 Tylos in the water, 1 bone break cycle, I'm dead. Looks like it. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the slop forest. That's a Sarco. There are the Tylos. A dead Sarco. Really, Meg? Really? Yep. Here comes the Armada. They're ignoring me. Okay, that works. Change something in my settings real quick. Let's hope that that makes the stream a little bit more stable. Wow. Cedrus being not red. Despleto probably has friends. Or it's a very brave solo. We're gonna go see what's going on in Stillwater. One second. Off to Stillwater we go. That's the dasp. Alright, Stillwater Bog. Here we come. It's the only red POI on the whole map. That doesn't bode very well. Off of Dynamo. On my south. I wasn't suggesting the DASP would be afraid to share a watering hole with a Spino for a little short amount of time. Just more so that if he is solo and he's showing up in Cedrus, that means he's got balls. I wonder if this is the Mudflats group. Two Thous, both Mela, flying from Cliff Edge. Well, that's no good. You know, people make fun of people, like path player. They make fun of path players for not looking up for the flyers, but like, let's be so for real. The camera does not do anything to actually incentivize you to look up. I hear Sarkos. It is that group. But like, how am I supposed to? I guess on land it's fine, but like, in the water, like, how could I, you know? Nope, this is not yellow tones. This is officials. Is that a dead Sarko? Holy raptors. Yeah, good on them. Jeez. Raptors bagging a Sarko kill is actually crazy. Right next to the water like this, too? Yikes. Something's swimming. Albino, Tylo, and a Kai. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, they popped Rumble for knockback immunity. Oh, clever, clever. Too bad that's a limited time buff, and it will run out. You just gotta be precise with this. This guy again. Oh, come on. I'm gonna be so for real with you, Tylo. I did not need that help. Did not need it. I had that shit in the bag. Alright, well, time to get out of Dodge, I guess. Fucking ran him off. Jesus Christ. The only reason they were sitting there fighting me is because they were like, oh, it's just one Spino. We outnumber him. We got this. Fucking. Yeesh. You spook them and they run away. The only way you get overconfident chumps like that is whenever you show up outnumbered. Okay, leave me alone, crab. And the fact that Tyler didn't even, like, try to keep chasing him down, like, are we for real? Like, if you're gonna join a fight like that, at least finish it, damn it. Yeah, I know. I know. Let me bitch about it. What's up, Solar? Well, I'm having some stream lag. Do I use replay while streaming? No. Not always. I have tried dropping my bitrate. Yep. I've never... This is... As I said in the message, this is a network provider issue. This is not a me issue. I was streaming on settings that I've been streaming on for months with no issue. Or at least a month with no issue, and all of a sudden it's starting to have issues. So that means it's not my fault. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, so that didn't fix shit, as I expected. Restarting OBS did absolutely nothing. So there you go. I tried. It's not up to me anymore. It's a YouTube problem, or it's an internet service provider problem. I'm going to forget about it for the rest of the stream. Yeah, Rads, last time this happened, I straight up, I'm gonna be so for real, I ended up rage quitting the stream. Like, I hadn't even been live for an hour, and I just turned it off. Nars, my CPU is only consuming, like, OBS is only using up, like, 4% CPU at the moment. Because I've got it, recording my game alongside the stream. And yes, I have tested it without recording. No, it does not make it better. I promise you all, I have troubleshooted this to high heaven as many times as I possibly can. I've run the gauntlet of potential fixes, and nothing I do is good enough. Okay, I'm serious. I've done everything, literally everything. Dummy. Alright, so they've got 3 Tylos. What is it with Tylos this time, like today? I have not seen this many Tylos in so long. Come on, Tylos. You know you wanna. Come on. Aw, what's the matter? Gotta sit back and heal now? What if I come over here to your buddy? So by his lonesome. Hmm? Look at them, they're getting wiser to it now. At least I would think. Is he scarring? Nah. With the double. Are they gonna do it again? Are they gonna do it again? They're gonna do it again. Watch this. Well, I guess that solves that. Pretty sure I had that, but oh well. It's like Tylo number 3 decided to finish them off while they were low. Alright, let's get water. Drinkable water. What do I think of all the rivers being saltwater, and do I think it's a good thing? Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever, honestly. What's up, Spino? Welcome to the stream. Alright, well, half health. Anno on land. I'm not too keen on sticking around, so we're gonna get in the water and start healing. Am I on officials? Yeah, I'm on officials. I'm almost always on officials. Cedrus and Drivang are now sloppy. Those Tylos will be back or they won't. Do I prefer Gondwa or Riparia? Honestly, I prefer Riparia as a map. Gondwa will always have a place in my heart, but holy god, do I not miss it. Every time I go back and I play on Gondwa, I'm reminded of why I stopped playing on Gondwa. And it has nothing to do with the map itself and everything to do with the people that are currently still playing on Gondwa. Like, the Discord groups that still do Gondwa roams are just awful to deal with. Absolutely awful. It's a genuinely miserable experience. Every single fight you get on Gondwa, it's some dude who just calls in his Discord buddies. Every time you get a good fight, or you think you get a good fight, all of a sudden you've got a hit squad showing up to track you down and make sure your life is miserable for the next hour. And it's every time. At least with Riparia, it's only like sometimes. You know? But Gondwa and Panjura, it's on site, dude. Every kill, you summon the slop. So, every time you get a kill on Gondwa, you have to server hop. Same with Panjura. You either server hop or you accept the consequences of your actions. Which is you get slimed by like a quarter of the server population. Crazy said I agree with everything you just said. Oh, well, thanks. I like to think it's pretty informed. Hatsick? Okay. We're gonna go to Volcano. I'm bored of Slopus Forest. I'm tired of it. Panjura's better than Gondwa on account of having 2 hotspots instead of 1? Well, you're incorrect, because Gondwa also has 2 hotspots. It has GP and Salt Flats, aka Big Quill Lake. So... DeCarthy always complains about mix packs. I mean, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. GV's one now too, hot 80% of the time. Doesn't shock me. Nars, it's not that Salt Flats is hot again, it's more so that whenever you go to Salt Flats, the slop always appears. Like, I could sit here and say Hunter's Thicket is not a hotspot anymore. But if I go to Hunter's Thicket and I kill somebody that is in Hunter's Thicket, I guarantee you within the next 15 minutes that POI is going to light up like a goddamn Christmas tree. Okay? It happens every time. They're not hot spots. They're like dormant volcanoes. Okay? They aren't erupting at the moment. But if you go and you pester it enough, maybe drop a bomb on it, it's probably gonna explode. Rads, I also missed the group matchmaking test. Holy crap, was that actually a breath of fresh air. Basically a wasp nest? Yes, exactly, Taito. Exactly. Triad is not a traditional hotspot. Had your fair share of months-long breaks from this game? I mean, me too, to be fair. I mean, that was before I started making content for it, but yeah. Yeah, Nars, Walemi has had a Mega Mix Pack problem since Reparia released. I'm gonna be so for real with you on that. Like, Walemi, to me, as beautiful as a POI as it is, has been an unplayable point of interest. It has been an unplayable corner of the map ever since this map came out, because there's always slop. Always. Even when it's not lit up, you go there, slop appears. Every time. Every single time. You will never get a fair fight in Willemmy. Never, ever. They might not be there right away, but by God, they're in the home caves. You know they are. They will bring... they've got that shit stored. They're in the goddamn walls. Played Rapari and was growing Juvie Spoon when 7 Rexes came down from the top left of the map and killed me. Oh, yeah. That's so ick. I miss when Raparia first released and nobody had grown dinos on it. And so you didn't have to worry about getting swapped on or revenge killed because everybody was still in the growing process, and so when you encountered an adult, you would have like an actually good fair fight. You know, it was an organic experience. Like, I know there's plenty of people that would be pissed if there was a character wipe in Path of Titans, but like, when Raparia first came out, the experience I had playing on this map, I understand why there are some people that want a character wipe now. Like, I get it. I 100% get it. The mega packs are just so ingrained. Like, they have so many marks, which means that it doesn't matter how expensive the waystones are, they're gonna be able to afford it, because, to be fair, they play Path of Titans like it's a second job. Okay? They have everything grown on every map. They've got them strategically placed in home caves. Like, they've got their little, like, Discord clan rules of engagement and everything, you know? A casual player, like, what are they gonna do against that? Honestly. What are they gonna do? Nothing. There's nothing they can do. Like, even someone like me, who I would say is fairly competent at the game, you know? I'm a fairly decent Spinal player. I still die to mega packs! Like, I still die. It happens so often. There are so many situations I get put in where it's like, yeah, I just can't fight this, you know? Like I can go down swinging, but, like, I'm going to die. You know? And, like, a casual player is not going to want to, they're not going to want to put themselves through that, you know? What's the group slot amounts on officials? 12 slots, but that doesn't stop people from overpacking. I mean, to be honest, I play this game like I'm being played... Like, bleh, I can't English today. I play this game like I'm being paid. But that's kind of because, I am, you know? Like, I have channel members, I have ad revenue, I get paid to do this, guys, you know? And even I don't do that. Like, it's not that hard. I don't know, man. I've got a life, man. I don't have time to be growing every single dino on every single map, especially when, like, I don't enjoy a lot of the dinos, you know? Like, there aren't that many that I actually have fun playing. Huh. Can we do it? Is he boxed in? I missed my snapjaw, so there's that. I do believe I might be faster than him swimming. We will see if I can catch him. Okay. Food acquired. Run before the Dino Mafia comes? Oh my god. I know, right? Anything in stone bed? Anything at all? Or are we about to go back to Slop Flats to find some action? I suppose we go back to the flats then. Thought I heard something. Might have just been myself. I could have been tripping up. silo back that way. We're gonna go the opposite direction. Circle. Okay. It really wants that a kilo. It spent way too much stamina doing it. Annoying. Good movement on his part, but unfortunately, not enough space for him to avoid all of the hits. You know what, Mr. Ramp? You can have that. I don't feel like going to the home cave. How many trophies do I have on Spoon? I don't know, I don't count. And I don't really make a point of turning in too many of them. I know I have more trophies on my Gondwa Spino than on my Riparia Spino, because trophies were disabled for quite a long time. Is packing and overpacking bad on official solo servers? Well, I'm not on a solo server on officials. I'm just on regular officials. But yeah, the overpacking's pretty bad. But if you're playing on officials, you kind of accept that it's going to be something you run into, and you just have to prepare for it, to be honest. So we're kind of used to it at this point. Not that that's a good thing, but we are, you know, used to it. Well, while we've got some quiet time here, you know, something my wife has told me that I have been failing to do is she thinks I'm not plugging my channel enough during my live streams. So, real quick, I would like everyone who's watching the stream, if you could very pretty please hit the like button. That would be super cool of you. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that. And go ahead and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future streams or videos. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. That's not a good sign. Albino Tyrannotitan. And he wants my ass. Alright. Let's see if he's willing to play shoreline. I'm not exactly full health, but who cares? Brother, you did not have me bleeding that much. Feeling there, boss man? Not feeling too good, are ya? What's the matter, scarring already? You barely have any bleed on me, King. I am not afraid to pressure you right now. Unless you've got reinforcements coming, it's just you and me, big boy. You want to turn around and finish what you started, or are you just going to keep tailing along? What are you going to do if I go to the water, huh? I probably need a drink, to be fair. Alright, we'll entertain him for a little bit longer. Only because I know I outbrawl him. This is somebody who has depended on Juke their entire lives to actually win fights against other 5 slots, and he doesn't know what to do against people that know how to respond to it. Because he doesn't actually have any skill, he's getting crutched by Tyrannotitan's very approachable kit. Titan has a very high skill floor. I will say that. Or is it low skill floor? I think it's low skill floor. I think that's what the term I was looking for. A new player can pick it up and do very well with it if they get the basics down. It's actually one of the big reasons why I really dislike Juke as an ability, is because it puts the responsibility of good play on the person who is playing against the Juke playable, because the Juke playable can effectively get a free tail ride just by pressing an ability button and not actually, like, you know, being good and winning on positioning. They just kind of... Mr. Titan, do you want to fight or not? Are you going to continue to play like John Heelstall? I will just go to the water. Like, I mean, I beat you. You were bloodied. Okay, now. you just run off. And I'm no longer bleeding. What are you trying to accomplish here, sir? Okay. That's tough, Mr. Titan. That's real tough. I'm very sorry for you. It's the sniper Tylo. Who would have seen that coming? Alright, I'm going this way. I bet he's gonna tell his buddies he scared a Spino off. Probably waiting for backup? Yeah, that's what most Titan players do. That's the only thing they're really good for. They run in, get their ass kicked a little bit, leave before you can actually get a kill confirm on them, and then their buddy comes in and cleans you up. That's how these groups play Titan. They play it like a stat check with bleed attached. Another Sarco down. No sign of Mr. Titan. Oh, look at that, he's back. Did he bring friends? Let's find out. You gonna wait that out, Mr. Titan? Like a good little boy? Yeah, it's what I thought you'd do. Realistically, that's all I wanted from you, was you to just leave me alone. To be completely honest. Let's go back to Stillwater, see what's going on there. Pike acquired. I'm gonna be so Faru with you, Titan. Coastland Swamp is a very interesting choice of POI to be roaming around and looking for food. Is this my water build? Yes, Leon. This is my water build. It's less a full water build, more of a shoreline build with a heavy leaning towards full water. So the only difference between this build and full water is that I'm running Waterborne instead of Patient Lurk. Ba-ba-da-ba. See, Leon, I also normally run solar with a shoreline setup, but I find that Streamlined, if I want to play heavy water and then just kind of dabble on the shore, Streamlined is better because I can use it to heal. I can use it to heal stall because I can submerge under the water and get really good heal rate. And in a real pinch, I'm fast enough to get away from other Spinos and stuff, and I'm also like a little bit faster than Sarkos. So I still have water as an escape route that I can use against larger aquatic groups without necessarily being forced inland where like a mob of terrestrials can just kind of pulverize me. I do like running solar powered. I have a different build that I run with solar powered for shoreline combat. That's not this one, but I haven't used it in a minute. Mainly because lunging snap got nerfed, and so like, and since that build used it, I don't know, I just haven't touched it yet. And also because it's a bit more taxing on me mentally with regards to trying to evade large groups. So I just went with what was a little bit easier, less thinking. Should you feel bad about losing to a Conga Meg duo as a Dash Titan with little combat experience? No, not at all. You shouldn't feel bad about that. Conk and Meg as a duo especially are very, very frustrating because they basically say you can't have stamina and you can't heal. Besides, dying is a learning experience. It's part of your growth as a player, so take it like a champ. Just look back, see what you can learn from it, and, you know, carry on. How many hours do I have on the game? I have no idea. Probably at least 500. That is a Despleto, I think. Yep, that's a Despleto. When do I think Aloe gets its TLC? Last. That's my guess. I think they're saving the best for last. How many more needed TLC? Aloe, Alio, Campto, and Stego. So, 4. That's an Alphagonio. How does Streamline work for healing Spino in the water? Hold on, let me get away from this Gonio real quick. Well, it increases health recovery rate while diving by 50%, which, to put that in context, 50% extra health recovery is the amount of a health recovery boost you would get while, like, full sleeping on land. Which means that while diving, Spino is able to get its sleeping heal rate. But that means that it gets that heal rate while in combat, on the move, etc., etc. So you don't have to stay in one place out in the open where you can potentially be ambushed by other playables in order to heal up with Streamlined. You can actually move and evade pursuers while still healing at the best rate possible. And it makes you faster, so, you know, there's that too. Huh. Looks like we've circled back to Slop Forest. Once we get through Big Tree, we'll see what the Slop has to offer. How does the speed measuring work? You were playing Picno and 2 Conka started chasing you and caught up to you. Okay. So here's the deal. Concavinator is actually faster than Picno. It's one of the few 2 slots that is. So to evade them as a Picno, you have to take advantage of your charge to cover a lot of distance away from them. And then you have to lean on the fact that your trot speed, as in your non-sprinting speed, you know, the speed that my Spino is currently moving at, your trot speed is significantly superior to theirs. Only catch is, Conka has more stamina than Picno. So it will eventually catch up to you. So you just have to make sure that you are able to punish it for doing that. Realistically speaking, as a Picno, you don't want to be running from 2 Concavinators. They're frail enough that you can hold your ground and fight them, and that'll usually be enough of an incentive to get them to leave you alone. Conka is made of wet paper. Picno can hurt it very, very bad. Generally speaking, a dinosaur with more slots is not going to be able to run away from a dinosaur that takes up less slots. You know, bigger dinos can't outrun smaller dinos, but they can win in fights against them. Like, they have a stat advantage. They do more damage, they take less damage. So, against stuff that's smaller than you, general rule of thumb, stand your ground and fight. If it's bigger than you can probably run away from it. What do we got going on over here? I see a Kai. Sarco. Mela. Albino Sarco. Mela Rex. Okay. I know how this is supposed to play out. This is where I leave. Is that Despedo? Okay. It seems to be going for water. I wonder. Can we ambush the ambusher? Oh, joy. John's stat check is on his way. Hello, Tylo. Okay, I did not like that one bit. Well, that is now officially completely unapproachable. So, we're gonna leave. I need stamina right now, so. Hey, Pyro, what's going on? Alright. Time to dive and get some good healing. I prefer waffles over pancakes. Personally. The Tylo sniper is back. Oh well. Pyro, I know I can put you to sleep. So I hope you enjoy while your eyelids are still open and you can get some good rest. Been having a hard time finding a dino that's offensive and can kill. Any ideas? Aloe or Pycno. Either one of those. Savstrack said, after some time I think I've come to terms with Titan's balance now. Originally I was very pissed, but I think I have learned how to hit and run with the new speed changes. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're able to learn how to actually make it work. That's why I almost always try to have as analytical of a response to balance changes as I can, while keep making sure that my reaction is measured by the fact that I'm not really gonna know for sure whether the changes are bad until I actually get my hands on the dino and get a feel for it in game, you know? Yes, Lady Gecko, stream sniping is an issue in Path of Titans as well. Damn, they lit it up too. They really called in the cavalry. That's kind of depressing. I also want a dino-shaped waffle maker, to be fair. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna say that waffles lack the sophistication of a pancake? There's nothing sophisticated about a pancake. It's a fucking pancake. Sophisticated. You know, I don't have a dino-shaped coffee mug, but I do have a coffee mug that has dinosaurs on it. And the really cool part is that the exterior art of the coffee mug is reactive to the temperature of the liquid placed inside of it. So when the cup's got cold liquids or is at room temperature, it has like the dinosaurs with the like old Jurassic Cretaceous vegetation behind them. But when a hot liquid is poured into the cup, the outside artwork on the cup kind of fades away to reveal fossils inside of a museum instead. Fossils of the dinos depicted on the outside of the cup, to be specific. It's very cool. You want to start a nonsense argument about this? More surface area for being rough? I'm sorry, but pancakes do not have little pockets in them that can hold syrup, okay? You cannot tell me that pancakes are better when the waffle keeps the syrup on the waffle. If you put syrup on a pancake, it just gets all over the damn plate. And it's messy. Where did I get the mug? From a shop in a tourist town near where I live. But I'm sure you could find it on like Amazon or something. Pancakes are smooth and aesthetic, making them more beautiful. Okay, look. Pancakes are aesthetically pleasing, but waffles are so much more practical. Again, the whole less mess holds syrup thing, but also, like, putting batter into a waffle iron and making a waffle is so much easier than making a good pancake. You have to sit there and you have to, like, keep an eye on the damn things. You have to babysit them for them to be good, okay? Did you... Don't you dare. Do not side with the pancake sayers. How could you? My chat is full of traitors. You too, Tyrant? Oh my god. Look, when you people have kids, you'll understand why waffles are better, okay? I will concede. Pancakes take more skill. Yes, okay? But guess what? When you are wrestling with an actual, like, 2-year-old trying to make breakfast, yeah, good luck. I wish you the best, truly. I do. You're gonna frickin' need it. You're gonna be so thankful you have that waffle iron whenever you have little frickin' crotch goblins running around making a mess of things. Okay, Leon, you cannot say that pancakes are 3 times better than waffles just because they stack. You can't do that. That's not fair. We are not comparing 3 pancakes to singular waffle. That is disproportionate. We are 1 pancake, 1 waffle, okay? Why is everyone in my chat being like, haha, kids in this economy, Lamau? Like, guys, you know I'm a dad, right? You know I have kids? Why do you think I do this YouTube thing? Why do you think I go for ad revenue? I need money. Why are people mega packing with pancakes hanging up on the poor solo waffle? Oh my god, that's gotta get quoted. That's a beautiful quote right there. Also, powdered sugar is good on French toast, but we're not talking about French toast here. We're talking about waffles and pancakes and why waffles are superior for their practicality. Look, I can barely afford 1 kid, and I'm about to have a 2nd one, so, like, I get it. I get it. It's tough. Would dinos prefer waffles over pancakes? Make it a poll? Okay, bet. Rad said they can't enjoy the texture. I just want to point out, the poll is saying that waffles would be preferred by dinosaurs. I'm just, you know, you can't argue with science, you know. See, Dunnan, I'm with you here. I will make waffles at home. I'll order pancakes out. But you know what? You know what I really like more than either of those? Is my wife's French toast casserole. Now that is peak. Surplus waffle would be way better than a surplus pancake. I hard agree. Yes. Yes. You speak truth. This guy's a truther. Poll says that waffles are preferred over pancakes by dinosaurs, and that's irrefutable science. The sample size is objectively correct in whatever we needed to make a official statement on behalf of dinosaurs. And you know what? If dinosaurs prefer waffles, I prefer waffles. So... waffles are victorious. How about Dutch pancakes? You know what? I've never had a Dutch pancake before. Though I probably should have one at some point, considering that my great-grandmother was a Dutch immigrant. Oh, come on. Why do I suck at this? First time joining in on stream? You just subscribed? You know what? Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. You know what the rest of you 72 chatters should do? You should subscribe. Hit that button. My wife told me I need to shill more, so I'm shilling. Do it. You know what, Solar? As a Spinosaurus main, I will say we prefer waffles. Yeah? What are you gonna do about that, huh? Huh? Are we about to have a Spinosaurus civil war instigated by the pancake versus waffle war? This debate's tearing us apart. I thought we were family, Solar. I thought we were the same people. Why do you have to side with the pancakes? You've already been subscribed for months? Got stream alerts? Well, you're based for that, Dundon, for sure. Solar does not speak for me. New idea for a Spino thumbnail just dropped. Would it happen to be a Spino with a waffle-shaped sail? No, Safstrax, I'm not gonna say that. See, this is why Spinos oftentimes cannibalize each other when they encounter one another in the wild. Right here, because it's the pancake Spinos versus the waffle Spinos. Is that a Berta? It is in fact a melanistic burr. Okay. Wow. What the slop am I witnessing right now? I just saw 3 melanistic dinos. Berta, Duck, Rex? What in the actual hell? Oh, this is that group from Big Tree, I think. Duck down. Rex down. Solar with the $5 super. Waffles are a weak reflection of pancakes. Pancakes are the OG hashtag weird waffles. Oh my god. Top up our water, and we will get out of Dodge. Yeah, the only reason I took that fight is because I noticed that the Birdas were fighting them. And considering I already had beef with this Rex, I figured it'd be better off to settle that score. I took both the trophies, it would seem. Yeah, that's fine. Pyro, that is not a strong opinion. Yes, you put butter on pancakes. What kind of statement is that? That's like the biggest no-brainer of all time. I mean, maybe it's not for you non-Americans. I don't know. I don't know what you out here doing to your pancakes, or rather, what you're not doing to them. All this talk is making me hungry, chat. Saftrack said, Zilla, now that Titan is no longer face tanking slop, thank God I can have skill expression now. What is the most annoying Apex to fight right now? Good question. I think that esteemed title currently would probably have to go to, because what do we have? We have Eotrike, Barsboldia, Dinokairos, Spinosaurus, Tyranotitan, Tyrannosaurus. I would say Duck. I would say Duck is the most annoying. I never really struggle with bars whenever I find one, but that's mostly because they're usually not very good. I've fought good bars players before, and they're very challenging. I mean, I've had sparring matches with Flight before, plenty of times. And yeah, it's a tough fight. Bars is a really tough fight, but I usually enjoy fighting bars because it's tough. Like, I appreciate the challenge. The only annoying thing is that, like, they can just decide they don't want to fight anymore at any point and just dip out, and then you took all that damage for nothing, you know? But yeah, I would say duck is the more annoying one. Interesting choice, Sarkos. Interesting choice. Oh, for the love of... Okay. Alright. This Tylo does not leave this duck alone and let me fight it, I'm going to crash out. Okay. Jesus. Barely missed those last few attacks. Did not have to take this much damage. Holy. Right. Onward we go. Honestly, that catfish buff was coming in clutch. To be fair, okay, to be entirely fair, that duck found me when I was at like half health. Or like 3/4 health, somewhere in there. So like, that was still kind of embarrassing on their part. How's the Tylo matchup these days on Spino? If you're full aquatic build, it's worth taking the fight. But you're gonna have to play defensive the whole time, and good luck getting a kill confirm. Like, is it an engaging, challenging fight? Yes. Are you favored? No. Get out of here, dude. There. There's your spin, Pyro. They're throwing themselves into the meat grinder, clearly. Alright, I'm not gonna have this catfish buff forever. Volcano Islands is lit up red. Curious. Could be worth checking out. It's probably up at the hot springs, though. We'll loop up there, see what's going on. Alright. Time to get water so we can continue our journey. I know I can turn quests off, James. I leave it up because the delivery quests for the waystones often can give good information on whether or not the waystone is getting used or actively refilled. And it's because of that that I leave the quests up. It's for the intelligence. It's pretty valuable to know when somebody's getting waystoned into the POI and how frequently. You know? Because you'll be able to tell if it gets fired off like 3 times in a row. Just by the quests. I'm kind of amazed I have yet to die this session. That doesn't usually happen. You'll be back, don't die or end stream? Okay, noted. Now I said something incoming mega pack? Yeah, that's so real. Knock on wood? Okay, give me a second. There you go. Doesn't look like much of anything's going on over here. Particle board doesn't count as wood? Okay, you know what, Rads? You know what? I think we're gonna try and get one more fight in. One more good fight. And then we call it a night. Can I tell what the best way to play Spino in 60 seconds? That's a challenge? Well, if you want a challenge, play full AoE Spino. Fledged, I swear, if you come and stream snipe me, I'm going to have very strong words with you. But I don't want help. Can I explain why Titan needed a nerf this bad on the last update? Yes, I can. Okay. Titan is a bleeder, right? Innately. Which means that it is able to stack you up with a status that stops your ability to heal. And then you pair that with the fact that Tyranitar, before these last nerfs, if it built for healing, Titan was able to achieve, without Feast, the best health recovery rate of any 5-slot in the game. Traditionally, bleeders have worse health recovery rates than their peers. And the reason for that is because the idea is the bleeder is supposed to spend their time healing while the target that they are fighting is bleeding and unable to heal. So bleeders would gain their health recovery advantage purely by applying aggressive pressure. They'd stack your bleed up, and their payoff for that was that they would get to heal better than you. It's commonly referred to as heal stalling, or heal cycling, bleed stalling, whatever. Titan could out-heal every 5-slot, even when it wasn't applying bleed pressure. But then there was also the fact that it was doing so much damage that it could run in, bite you 4 times. Bear in mind, Titan at the time was capping your bleed with 4 bites, okay? It could run in, bite you 4 times, cap your bleed out, which would be about a minute standing still, and then it could just back off, let you bleed out, spend that whole minute healing, and then by that point, you were usually low health enough that it could just walk up and face tank you to death after that. There was no skill, there was no anything. It was legitimately brainless. Titan was disproportionately winning fights against other 5-slots. It had the best kill-death ratio of any of the 5-slot playables. Unless that title was held by Duck? No. No, Titans was too high. Titan's KD ratio was like 1.28. Yeah. So, and because Tyranitar could do that, the problem was that it was doing Rex's job better. Rex is supposed to, like, pin you down and face tank you, and that's, like, its thing. But, like, you couldn't fight it, you know? Pair that with the fact that Titan has dash, which completely invalidates Fracture. Are we for real right now, Conka? What did you think was going to happen there? But yeah, Titan was face-tanking, overpowered slop that had everything and the kitchen sink it could throw at you. It didn't have any weaknesses whatsoever. No downsides. Was literally just all full send playable, to the point where there were people accusing the devs of Titan being a pay-to-win dinosaur. And to be fair, I can't necessarily say they were wrong on that front. Oh, Saftrax, the speed nerf was because Titan was faster than Stego. Titan being at 925 sprint speed was kind of not allowing enough breathing room for the 4 slots to play around inside of that speed range of like 900 to 1000, because 5 slots have traditionally played around in the 700 to 700 and 900 range, and then 4 slots are in like the 900 to sometimes 900 to 1000 with like Iggy and stuff. So that speed change was purely because Iggy and Stego were struggling. And like these are all things that like for people that like dug into the numbers and the stats of all the different playables, like these were easy things to find out. It just isn't necessarily common knowledge. And so people will see a stat change and they'll be like, oh, my playable was nerfed. And they're not even considering the fact that like, oh, Tyranititan just kind of didn't let any Stegos exist at all. And that really sucks for Stego players. Especially considering the fact that Tyranititan was the most popular 5-slot carnivore. Behind Rex, I think. I think Rex was more popular. Just because it's Rex, but yeah. Yeah, Titan's healing was too good. Its bleed, like the amount of bleed it did per bite was too good. Its speed was a little bit too good. It should still be faster than the other 5 slots, and it is. But it was just a little bit too much faster. You know what I mean? And then, yeah. Titan, honestly, there's still a few things about Titan that need to be adjusted. Like, you should not be able to get meat chunks for Feast off of tail hits. Honestly. Feast Titan just kind of auto-wins into tail kiters because of that, and it's really obnoxious. Also, I strongly disagree. Spino should not have a speed increase. That would make it obscenely ridiculous. I think Spino is fine where it's at. Outside of, like, a few things. Like, Snapjaw needs to not be OP slop. The AoE attacks need to not be useless. Which they currently are. Especially Undertow. Undertow acted... Like, if you use Undertow in the water, you're literally getting yourself killed. Like, you press that button and you forfeit the fight. You're just giving them a free tail ride. It's an actual pile of garbage. Those are the only problems I really see with Spino at the moment. Yeah, Spino's the slowest 5-slot Apex on land, but it's also a semi-aquatic, so, like, that's more than fair. Alright. 2 Spinos. We got this. 3 Spinos, we might not have this. Oh boy. Alright, we gotta play this extra safe. We can do this. It is possible.
heart's pounding now. Okay. Armor Call, admittedly, not doing us any favors at the moment. We kind of just burned stamina on that and didn't get much out of it. I swear to God, I do not want the Tylo's help. I do not want the Tylo's help. I do not want the Tylo's help. I will fight and die on my own merits, damn it. Okay, they are... Some of them are on snapshot. Okay. We got this. We got this. Okay. We have control here. Alright, popped armor call. Really, Thal? Really? 3 spinals and you decided to just add the pain? Okay, lunging snap hurts, confirmed. Thal, politely, fuck off. Get fucked, Thal. Alright, let's do this. Got open water now. Chuckle nuts. Really? Undertow? Really, boys? Really? Are you for real right abouts now? That's one bloodied. Oh, you got big boy? Come on. Come on, then. You want to come play? Let's dance, boy. Now the spectators arrive. Oh, nope, don't do that. That's not what I wanted. Well, alright then. Tough luck for you, sir. Tough luck for you. To home cave we go, ladies and gentlemen. To home cave we go. You just popped in? Ooh. You got a lot of back watching to do, brother. Spy should be able to turn during undertow? Yes, hard agree. Yeah, that would make the ability way better. They said I was hacking? Fledge, can you screenshot that? I want that later. Oh, that's so goofy. I just want to see it. I don't want it shared around. Global, I don't know if you heard. Oh man. What a way to finish it off. How long have I been playing Path of Titans for? 2 years. Ooh, I should stop for fresh water at Volcano before I home cave. All right. Almost at the watering hole. DM DM the screenshot to me, Fledge. I'm gonna make that my banner for a minute. I'll scratch out the names though, but that's so funny. It's the first time I've been accused of hacking, guys. It finally happened. See you later, Taito. Hey, Sharptooth. You caught us towards the tail end. Glad you stuck around to witness that fight. Oh yeah, dude, that's a stream highlight for sure. I'm gonna make a video out of that. That's easy ad revenue right there. What's my favorite dino to play? Spino. If you couldn't guess. Tyrant with the super said this is for an amazing stream as always, man. You know what? Thank you, Tyrant. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, boss. What do we got going on over here? Meg's jumping a koi Tylo. Well, you know what? That is not my pig, not my farm. Shared my Gondwa fight with your Discord friends the other day? Nice! That was a fun one. I know the video quality on that wasn't the best, but that's because what I did with that is, in order to make that video, I downloaded my stream VOD straight off of YouTube, and unfortunately, when you do that, the quality is really bad. So, what I've started doing instead is I'm now recording my streams as I stream them, and I'm recording them at a higher quality. So whenever stuff like what we just witnessed with those Spinos happens, I can go back and I can edit actual quality footage and have, like, you know, 1080p or like 720p at least instead of... Okay. Can I hit a freaking fish, please? Thank you. Holy moly. Yeah, Sharptooth, I fought a Spino trio and I killed 2 of them and convinced the 3rd one to leave me alone. All right. Okie doke. Well, you know what? Oh, I forgot. I'm on my Riparia home cave. My Gondwa home cave looks so much nicer. With that, everybody, for those of you who have not hit the subscribe button or the like button on this stream, please hit those. Ring the notification bell. Make sure you don't miss out on any future streams or uploads. Thank you to all of my channel members, my stinkers, and especially my certified stinkers, who are $1 superior to the regular stinkers. Never forget that. If you guys feel like supporting the channel, I would super appreciate it, because this is technically my second job, and it goes towards helping keep the lights on in my apartment and feed my kid. So, you know, with that, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all Wednesday for our Wednesday stream. Have a great night.